Oh, ho, do, 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 do. Oh, celebrate good times. Come on, come on. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. I do like to start me YouTube discussions with these little odd bits of music, don't I? That was Celebration by Kool and the Gang. Well, the opening, the first, that was the start of it anyway. But this is a little thing I've got to. I've been feeling a bit stressed lately, but now I'm on top of the world. I don't know if you've seen me a discussion I've put previously on here. It's called "How Does Asperger's Syndrome Affect Your Life?" Well, it affects my life because when I've had to live on my own, I've had to have help of social services. Well, when my mother was still alive, she couldn't be with me a lot of the time. When she got old, because she was too poorly, she kept having to go in hospital, and she kept putting me in respite homes because of me mental disabilities that I've got. She didn't trust me enough to leave me in the house on my own when she had to go into hospital because she couldn't really see me as being an adult really because of what was wrong with me. And but I've already said all this before, but I'll go into it again. I was in this respite home at Lethwich Green, called Lethwich Green in Northwich, and they were charging me, I think it was way over £300 a week to stay in there. My social worker came to see me one day, and she says, "You don't have to stay in here if you don't want to." And I thought, don't I? Wow. She says, you can go back in your mother's home. You don't have to stay here. You can go back and stay in your mother's home on your own, but you'd need to have carers coming in. And well, it was every day at first, but that was 7 years ago. I've become much more competent since then. I always make sure most of my bills are mostly paid on time. There's been a recent case where I haven't paid my car insurance, but I didn't pay my car insurance one week because there wasn't enough in. I didn't make sure there was enough in my account for it to be paid, and they've charged me £30 for it. But apart from that, I'm fine. I haven't actually got a car now. Anyway, it's been written off, as I've already said. But that's another discussion I'm going to do: Asperger's syndrome and driving. But I've become in the past 7 years I've been living on my own. I've become much more competent, and my carer has only been coming in 2 days a week. I think it was because of COVID they put it down really. Because they couldn't go in other people's houses to the same extent because of COVID. And I think it was because of that they cut it down to 2 days a week. And she was pestering me about paying me bill to the Archangel Care one day, like she always does, and she suddenly came out with this remark. I don't know why you bother having me coming in anyway. And I thought, what do you mean by that? She says, you're perfect living on your own without any help. You can cook your own meals. You do all your own shopping, and and I thought, wow, I can't believe this. And she came the next time she came. I talked to her more about it, and she says she wondered if I could just try one day a week and see how I went on with that. And that's what I think, really. I am a bit short of money at the moment. They've stopped me DLA, my disability living allowance. When they stop your DLA, they're supposed to give you PIP instead, which is personal independence payment. Or they haven't. They're not paying that to me. All they give me is just employment support allowance once a fortnight, and it's a pittance. And I've got to be a bit careful, really. But I don't want to just. If they don't give me enough money to live off, I just have to spend all my mother's savings until they will. That's the only thing I can do. But I've got 1 day a week less care is one day less expense for me anyway. So at least that's a little concession. But 1 day a week less care, that's a bit of money, a bit less expense. And you never know. I might just get to the point. It might just turn out in the end that I'm all right with it without them. And whether we'll get PIP, I don't know whether they're going to give it me or not. If they don't, they don't. Just have to budget my money accordingly. But I'm glad there's a little extra. There's a little less expense on me now. Anyway, that's one. It just shows, and I'm becoming more independent as well. Because I'm only going to have a carer coming in 1 day a week. So I'm excited about that. It's these past 7 years I've been living on my own. I think it's been great. I mean, my mum's twin brother and his wife. After my mum died, she kept saying, your mother would want that money spent on the best care for you, wouldn't she? And she kept telling me to go and get myself put in a residential home. Well, why would I want to do that? I thought he just got myself taken out of one of those places. It's completely illogical, isn't it? What do you want to just waste your money for? When you can live on your own and have far less expense on you. You know what I mean? It's like, I mean, you don't want to just chuck your money down the drain, do you? Or just spend it on garbage. It's just, you don't want to just waste your money. And these places like residential homes, they cost a bomb to live in. And it's but I think it's great really. I'm not going to have to be back home on Wednesday afternoons. I can do what I want. I had to be back here by a certain time, 2 days a week. Now it's only 1 day a week. I can do what I want Wednesday afternoons. Go where I want and visit who I want. Not back, have to be back by a certain time. Great. Anyway, if anyone's had similar experiences with social services, could you please tell me about it in the comments below, or if you've been diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome or any form of autism like that, because that's what this discussion is all about basically. Basically the reason why I've put it on there is because I just feel the need to celebrate. Just thrilled to bits. Because there's going to be less expense on me. Anyway, try for now.